All right, what's up? We are 12 seconds out. And man, you already know that I'm watching that son of a gun right there. Bar 17 placed. Stop limit buy is out. Let's see if we can get a fill. Give that guy about 25-ish seconds. For the sequence 15, 16, 17. Five more seconds. No fill. Gotta pull it. Good morning. How we doing? All right. All right, let's head over to the 2 and see. Ooh, bar 42. Not too bad on the 2-minute chart. Bar 43. Yeah. I'm going to wait on 44. Let's go back to the 5 and see what's going on. I like 18 too. Oh man, look at this move. Man, bar 14 on the 5-minute, a beauty. Hope you guys are doing well today. All right, 44. I think it's got something in store for us, man. Let's see. All right, we better hop on over to the execution screen. 20 seconds out here from the close of bar 44 here on the NQ 2-minute chart. Let's see if I can get a nice clean close here out of bar 44. I've got a big old present for the bulls. Stop limit buy. Place him, roll over. Beauty. Took it a tad early, that's okay. I'm sitting long, very little risk. All right, let's see what's up. I'd rather be long for the rollover a tad early, you know? All right, now, bulls. Step on in, clean this up, man. "30 seconds here to the close of 45. shit. I gotta move my stop. If they take out the high, which they will. All right, ATR 24. ATR still sitting 24 here on the 2. Give me my full ATR, bulls! Close. Boom! Out there for a scalp. Beauty. Let that copier flatten here. 1 second. There it is. Flat. All right, moving on. All right, 3 minutes out here on the 5 minute. Gonna update that trade count, huh? Man, if you haven't yet, hit like on the live stream. Helps out a whole bunch, and I appreciate you doing so. Or dislike, big dog! If you're kind of feeling like a lame here this morning, go ahead, hit that dislike button. We love it. 222 out. Question here. Hey, Nico, do you ever pay attention to previous highs? I've seen others talk about this constantly, but not from you. Apparently, they don't have too much to talk about. I see this current bar high is sitting at the high from earlier. What high from earlier? This high from earlier? The pre-market high where volume is extraordinarily low, where it's 4 a.m. in New York? Man, I want when the sample size is reasonably congruent with what we currently have volume-wise. At 3 a.m. No, I don't care. That's why I don't talk about that too much. Now, if we have an all-time high that's been an all-time high for 2 months, then it becomes sort of like an S-tier level, right? But last night's 4 a.m. high, when volume was basically nothing, no, I'm not too concerned about that. All right, 28 seconds out here. 5-minute NQ chart is what we're on. I'll go ahead and get that copier engaged. Let's see. Let's see if they can give me a nice clean close. Tons of wick right now. Tons of wick, 12 seconds. I'll get a stop limit buy ready. Just in case. Yeah, that's pretty wicky. I'm gonna hold off there on bar 19. I'm gonna hold off there. All right. Let's tell you what. Let's go back to the 2-minute and see what's going on over here. All right, bar 49 here, pulling on back. It's tough to make sense of a soft bull channel scalp, I gotta tell you. Just because that move from 40 to 46 was so tight. Look at this, 250 out here from closing up the first bear body since bar 9. Or I guess since bar 8, right? The bears are celebrating, man. They're only down about 96%. It's not too bad, huh? Yeah, so a little bit later here in the stream, make sure you press like. Or whatever you want to press, man. Who cares? Later in the stream here today, at a random point later on, I'll say, okay, let's do our giveaway, right? And whoever is in number 1 and number 2, those are the rankings in the chat. You see how some people have crowns next to their names? Because they're big dogs and the rest of you guys are bear because you're not active enough? Well, whoever has the crown number 1 and number 2, when that time comes, we're going to do a golden bar, which means we put them into the Coliseum and they battle it out for a free Apex eval. While the rest of us, you know, eat peanut-covered dates and yell at each other from the stands. So we'll do that a little later on. It's going to be good. All right, 16 seconds out. Ooh, and AKR gets put in timeout for 24 hours because he's a fucking spammer. Get out of here, big dog. spamming doesn't work anyway. YouTube doesn't rank you higher for spamming. Nah, Gam, it doesn't cover activation. That's on you, homeboy. Well, what's up? Should I head back over to the 2-minute? We're 1 trade in so far. Few $1,000. Nah, so for the rankings in the chat, I know a lot of people like to say, yeah, but I think all the regulars have an unfair advantage. I don't know. According to YouTube, I looked into it. According to YouTube, it completely resets every single stream. So no, you don't have an unfair advantage. They're just talking more than you are and providing more value to the chat. Well, nothing over here on the 2 thus far, huh? Actually, that's not true. There's nothing on the 5 either. On the 2, actually, if I could get another bull body here clean, I would actually get long. And then the concern later on the 2-minute chart becomes, hey, does like the wick high of 47, for example, and the wick low 51 or whatever, does that turn into a big sideways trading range? Which we would not want to occur. The giveaway accounts are always delivered via Discord. So if you're not in the free Discord, just click the link in the description and it'll toss you in there. We've got a good community in there. Jones just passed your first eval on NQ. Big dog. Good work. Good work. To many more. Yeah, you know, so on a day like today, you know, SR, yeah, exactly. A lot of traders, they're horrified of a day like today. They'll sit on their hands and say, this thing, you know. I don't know what just happened. They'll say, I gotta wait till things slow down, or this thing can't go much further, right? I'm just gonna hold off. Okay, look. A lot of traders, huge mistake. They wait until volatility slows and the market starts to form a trading range, and then they start trading, because it feels safer. That is the opposite of what you should be doing. Now, of course, if it's tariff talk and the ATR is 700, and Trump is saying the wildest shit you've ever heard, and the market's flying and tanking and flying and tanking, probably good to hold off, big dog. But if we're in a trend, dude, you get a setup, hit it, and then hit it again, and then hit it again. And then when the market goes sideways, guess what happens to the expected value? It dries up. It dries up. It's a really, really common, again, I know traders, and that's a really common mistake people make early on because it feels safer when the market's slower and sideways. It's quite the opposite. Okay, so we're about 23 seconds out. This is a 2-minute NQ chart. The concern here later on, not yet, becomes this. However, in the face of that, I've got 53, 54. 47 is not a stop hunt region, but if this closes up nice and clean, then I've got a stop limit buy that I got to put on. Understanding fully, by the way. And I don't want to see this become a trading range. So let's see if the bulls will take that and take us a bit higher here up through the Wikai 47. If they don't take it, I don't want it. They will take it, so I like the bulls. And place that guy right there. All right, sitting long. Let's see. Do it to him, bulls. Do it to him. So if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of looking for any reason to get long here until that context is entirely broken. Bulls, pop it, you son of a gun. ATR here sitting 24, by the way. there's 55. Shrinking bull body. Yeah, you know, I gotta move my stop. I gotta. That makes it pretty damn tight, but you know, that's my rule. It's pretty tight. It's alright. I actually don't mind that, because if this does turn into a trading range, if they come back in, take out the wick low of 55, it's like, I'm okay just cutting it. Let's not do that, bulls. Take us up and through! Trading range, come on. Come on, you bunch of babies. Alright. Cut it there. That was less than a $1,000 loser. Little guy. Alright, moving on. I don't like moving my stop. See, everyone gets real excited when they get to move their stop loss because they're terrified of losing. I don't like tight stops. They don't treat me well. I don't think they treat hardly anyone well. But in this case, it made sense because I had 55. And this is the big risk, right? And you know, here you go. We're getting kind of just that, which that sucks. I don't want any of that. People use too tight of stops because they're scared. And the reason they're scared is because they're trading too big. So if you would size down and use the logical stop, not the emotional tight-ass stop, which everyone's like, you gotta use tight stops if you want to make it in trading. It's like, no, you're saying that because everyone will go, yeah, exactly. Because you're stroking what they already feel because they're terrified. Trade smaller. There's too much ego in this business. It's crazy. Man, this 5-minute is, let's go back to the 2. That 5's not looking too hot. Big old trading range. Alright, there's the close of 57. Yeah, you know, that's right. As long as we're not close to 25K, we're a little bit close. You know, we're not all that far from 25,000. But as long as we're not glued to 25K, we should be thrilled. I mean, look at this on a 2-minute chart. You see this? Bar 29, bar 30. Couple of dojis. The only back-to-back dojis all day. Where is it? Right at 25,000. Kills the party every time. Hate that number. Alright, who we got? So currently, again, giveaway not yet, but we'll do a golden bar for a free Apex eval between the number 1 and the number 2 slot. Currently, we've got X Jones in number 2 and SR in number 1. We'll do that a bit later here. Yeah, I'm also not a big fan of this trading range we're developing. This is ugly. ATR over on the 5-minute sitting at 40. It's not too bad, but we start dipping too much more. I'm gonna be pissed. Just keep us, honestly, I've been spoiled. Just keep us above 35 on the 5-minute ATR. It's looking like a big old trading range to everybody. Oh man. You know, it's kind of in a weird spot because if this is a 2-minute chart, if we curl, take out the wick below 52 and keep going, usually I'd be psyched, but the problem is then we're heading right back to 25,000. I'm not too happy with 25,000. Careful here. Careful, careful. What is that? What is that? Big trading range. I gotta be real convinced before I take a short, man. All right, back in 2, don't go anywhere. Grabbing coffee. What's up? Hope no one had a hot beverage, man. No, I gotta try to get you. Alright, let's see here. Market doing a whole bunch of nothing. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. You know, actually... yeah, maybe. I don't know. Let's watch 64, 65, 66 here on the 2. Alright, we gotta do a poll here. What do you guys think? What do you think? Does NQ test 25, or I should say retest 25K today? Yes or no, man? Yeah, I mean, this is a problem. This is a problem, because you've got a big, I mean, a beautiful couple of bull bodies, but the problem is, I mean, really, I would draw it like this. Again, this is a 2-minute chart. Pretty soon, you might be able to start drawing it like this, but I don't want to get too nitpicky. I'd rather just draw the easier one. So, I mean, you look at this, it's like trading range. Gotta hold off, gotta wait. Yeah, I see some questions here in the chat about... See, people don't realize this. Like, if you wanted to match... Well... Okay, I'm not big on people just blindly copying me. But for the sake of discussion, if someone was like, hey, like for a personal account, what would it take to match the trades that you're taking on stream? Well, look, if I don't know, what did I take on that last one? Like 45 micros? And if you use a mini, it's 45 micros and 1 mini? Whatever, if you just use the micros, the margin requirement intraday. Now listen, for a personal account, for 1 micro is $100 at Ninja Trader. For 1 mini, it's $1,000. So if you wanted to take 45 micros, what's the least amount of money you would need technically to take the position? Like $4,600. But really, you would probably want quite a bit more than that for buffer, right? You don't just want to take, you don't want to max out your margin requirement and then you get liquidated when it goes 2 ticks against you. So, I don't know. What, yesterday I was taking, or maybe 2 days, or Friday? I don't remember. I was taking maybe 55, 60 micros or something. If you throw a mini in, you're talking maybe somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000 margin requirement. Call it 4,500 and 7,500 margin requirement. If you go up to 100 micros, 10,000 margin requirement. Man, you have like a $10,000 personal account. A $20,000, $25,000, man, especially like a $40,000, $50,000 personal account. Look, you don't need ridiculous sums of money to make good money in personal accounts trading futures. That's why this is so attractive, because there's no PDT rule. You can do work in a $10,000 personal account. Man, hell, even a $5,000 personal account. Just trade small. Trade small, man. Trade micros. I guess in a personal account, you wouldn't be trading 45 micros. You'd be trading 4 minis and 5 micros, right? But same thing. Margin requirements are apples to apples when it comes to that. Now, all of that, by the way, that's of course if you're being aggressive. As we know, the risk-based rules live somewhere between, like in a personal account, how much of your actual trading capital. I did a full hour of this, by the way, in the tomb. There's a full hour training that we went deep on this, but the cliff notes. In a personal account, first of all, for futures trading, since there is no PDT rule, what most people do is if you have, let's say, 100 grand to trade with, most people don't just throw the full 100,000 in their trading account because there's no PDT rule and the margin requirements are pretty small. So you don't need that much capital because there's third-party risk. A bank typically is going to be safer than a broker. So they might put 25,000 in their trading account and the other 75 in a bank account ready to fund the personal account if they need to. So their full capital is $100,000. Now you take that, the risk per trade dollar-wise, you're going to want to sit somewhere between 0.5 and 2%. 2% is very aggressive, but if you're young and aggressive and you want to make a lot of money and you don't have that much money, that makes sense. If you're getting older, retirement's on the way, you have tons of money and you're just generating revenue, 0.5 to 1% makes sense. But again, third-party risk. Most futures traders, they're not going to have all their trading capital in their personal account at any given time. Most of it, to an increasing degree as you get more of it, is going to be in a bank account ready to fund because it's FDIC insured, etc. There's less third-party risk. But that's all conversation, man. Let's just get to trade. Well, big old trading range. Should we hop over to the 5, see what's up? Apparently not much, man. Jesus. Back to it, too. Let's see if we can clean this up, get a trade on here. Alright, how's our poll doing here? Does NQ retest 25K today? 74% of you say yes. Man, I hope 74% of you have no idea what's going on, because that, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Look at this, 70, 71, 72, now 73. There's no positive expected value here. Sit tight. Sit tight, man. There's nothing to take there. Not yet. Alright, who's sitting in first place? Ooh, we've got a new first place contestant here. Trader Dan in first place in the chat. SR in number 2, X Jones in number 3. Again, at some point here, a little bit later in the stream, whoever's number 1 and number 2 in the chat are going to go head-to-head for a golden bar. Whoever wins that golden bar gets a free Apex eval. Christian Big Dog, good morning. How we doing? Nico, what are your thoughts about tick charts? If you like tick charts, man, fine. Look, my opinion on any time frame or chart style is as follows. Find a balance. It doesn't matter. As long as there's enough data per bar, it doesn't matter. Find a balance that you like. And what do I mean by balance? I mean quality of your average trade. Right, I mean quality, again, I went deep on this in the tomb, I'm not going to get into it. Quality of the average trade and quantity. If you're like, yeah, I'm doing well in my trading, but I'm not engaged at all. I'm not enjoying this. I sit back in my chair for 3 hours every day. I'd rather be working construction, to be honest with you. It's like, man, speed up your time frame. This is supposed to be enjoyable. You don't need to hate your life every day. It doesn't, no matter how much money you make, it's not worth it. But if you're like, man, I'm having so much fun, I'm taking a trade every 3 minutes, but you're fucking hemorrhaging money, slow things down a tad. If you're trading a 30-second chart, man, ease up on the caffeine, maybe go out to a 2-minute chart. I love, between the 1 minute and the 15, really the sweet spot for me is between the 2 minute and the 5 minute. 5 minute is a great balance. Sometimes it can be a little slow though, but great balance over on the 5. Five-minute chart here. Oh my goodness. Should we look at a 3? That's even worse. Let's pretend we didn't look at that one. A 1 minute? Oh dear God. Back to a 2. There's the open of bar 75 on a 2-minute NQ chart. Let's keep it pushing. Nico, how long till you became consistently profitable from when you started? It was like rolling over, like 2 years. It was like rolling over into that 3rd year. And I've always said, the thing that let me trade, again, my expenses were not a lot back then, but the thing that let me trade full time, the first thing, it wasn't futures, it wasn't any of this. It was net sell option strategies. And the market was good for it. IVs were high. I was making a lot more than I needed. The expenses were so damn low. It was a good feeling. And then that let me launch into everything else. Again, is that the route you should take? I don't know. For me, the stars kind of aligned. It was a good market for it. I knew a lot about it because I had been studying it heavily and I knew what I was doing. I don't think that that's the route you need to go. I think if you want to be a futures trader, a day trader, then do this from the get-go. That's just how it went for me. But I was like, this isn't what I want to do. It's just working really well for me. LJ, first payout hit the bank account this morning. Big dog! My man. There you go, bar 76. Do it to him. Do you still look for full ATR on 2-minute trades for profit taking? Yeah, it depends on the trade. A lot of times, yeah, but it depends on the trade. First trade of today, yeah, full ATR. Thoughts on moving to Malaysia from North America and day trading? I don't know, man. If that's what you want to do, do it. You know, a big hack for a lot of Americans, Europeans, like, if you can make internet money, whether that's day trading or whatever you're doing, e-com, whatever it is, and then go and live in, like, Thailand or something, man, you can kill it. You don't have to work all that much. You can make really good money. You have a lot of leverage. But the problem is, it's like, and this is my home. I don't want to leave U.S. soil. Come on now. I love this shit too much. All right, 26 seconds out here. Still in that big trading range. Be careful. $60 seconds out. Yeah, still inside this big range. Honestly, I'd call it kind of a really soft bear channel at this point. But it's basically a side. I'll treat it more like a sideways range because it's so soft. Question here, when do you think is a good time to change strategies? They say I've become so frustrated with the strategy that I use that it's affecting my ability to take losses and trade clearly. Look, honestly, my thoughts are as follows. You're smarter than you think. And if the strategy that you're trading, this is going to be the first outside close, by the way, bar 78 here on the 2-minute chart. So I'm going to let 78 close and let's watch 79. Come on, 79, keep it pushing. The strategy that you're using, this was true for me. If it doesn't make logical sense to you, you're not going to believe in it and you're not going to respect it enough to remain disciplined, even when it, you know, or I should say, especially when you don't feel like being disciplined. You have to respect the strategy that you're using because it's in your head. It makes complete logical sense, all the things that you're doing. So when things get hard and you lose 4 trades in a row, which is going to happen no matter what you're doing, you're able to look at it and say, yeah, but what I'm doing is really logical. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. If you don't believe in what you're doing because you think it's illogical or or it doesn't really make sense why it would be profitable, you just say, oh, well, so-and-so said they make money, so I'm going to do it. You're not going to respect it enough to actually give it an honest-to-God shot, so you should hop over to something that you think makes logical sense. Maybe that's RAM, maybe it's not. I don't really care, dude. Just do whatever you think makes logical sense in your brain. Oh, that 5-minute first bar. All right, we gotta watch the 2. Gotta watch the 2. Pop over here. And we are 12 seconds out, which means I go ahead and get that copier engaged. Let's see if we can get a nice clean close. Stop limit sell ready. Come on, bears. Nice and clean. See that jump? Gotta be careful on the placement. All right, I'll give that 15 seconds on a 2-minute. If the bears take it, then I would like to participate with the bears. If they don't want it, I don't want them. 5 seconds. See that? A lot of hesitation here. Nothing. No fill, no trade. Gotta pull it. Moving on. Come on, you bears, bunch of babies! Bulls trying to fade this thing back up. Are they going to take it right back into the range? Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Man, if you haven't hit the like yet, go ahead and hit the like button. I appreciate you doing so. If we're not at 100 here in about 2 minutes, I think Mrs. Roensch is going to hop in the chat and chew you guys out. You better be careful, man. All right, 81, what you got? Man, look at this. Are you kidding me? Bulls! Wow, right back up toward that trading range. And the Bulls are killing it here. Yeah, 5? Yeah, Wickhai at 27, yeah. That's far, it's 50 points away. Alright, currently the chat ranking is as follows. Icon is in number 1, SR in number 2, X Jones number 3. Again, when the time comes here, a little bit later in the stream, we will be taking number 1 and number 2, throwing them in the Coliseum with a couple of lines and letting them see who wins a free Apex eval. Also known as, we'll be doing a golden bar. All right, there's a close of 81 there out of the bulls. The golden bar is, we all go to a predetermined time frame. The two competitors, one of them chooses, well, whoever chooses first gets locked in, and the second one gets the opposite side. But we get someone who's bullish and someone who's bearish. This is usually done on a 1 minute chart. And whoever's correct wins the golden bar and wins the free Apex eval. Man, people throw peanuts and shit. It's crazy, so you should stick around for that. All right, well, we've got, 79, 80, 81, now 82, rolling over into 83 in 11 seconds. Whole bunch of nothing here on the 2 minute. See if we can clean this up. Should we head back to the 5 for a sec? Yeah, I mean, kind of what you'd expect. All right, there's the rollover into bar 84. This is crazy. keep an eye on this 5 minute. Kind of got a soft, really soft bear channel. So getting long, even on a close of 34, right above the wick high of 33, you know, it's tempting. But it's tough because the context is real soft bear channel. It's not so easy to do that. Minute 23 out here to the close of our 85 here on the 2-minute NQ chart. Big old bull body here, man. Five-minute chart. Yeah, I mean, you see this? Gotta be real careful. Which, by the way, also big argument for just a straight up sideways range, though at this point it's pretty clearly a soft bull, bear channel. We're far, man, we're far from the most obvious place to manage risk for a limit order reversion scalp. It's tough. Just gotta stay patient here. those bears taking it down. Yeah, you know, see, I gotta come out with some tomb juice. It has 800 milligrams of caffeine, a whole shitload, like 8 scoops of beta alanine, and that's it. That's all it is. Just a light pre-trading drink. You know, I'm looking at that wick high of 67. Yeah, you know, it's like looking back, I probably could have shorted that wick high of 85, risked the wick high of 67, but, you know, that's okay. Kind of far. Oh yeah, news. Whole bunch of niacin in there. Get you all flushed out. Make that skin nice and red. So, you know, for a limit order reversion scalp, if I'm looking at this soft bear channel, I just don't like that this stalled out so early. It makes me think, are the bulls going to try to take this thing up through the high? Yeah, I should have shorted the high of 85, but, you know, that's okay. Hindsight's 20/20. You see that? Exactly. You see 86, 87, it stalls out too early. Stalls out in the middle of this soft bear channel. It's like, I can't mess with that. All right, let's go back to 5, see what's going on over here. Well, the 5-minute chart looks a lot cleaner, doesn't it? ATR 37-ish. All right, so let's pop over here. We've got this big soft bear channel. ATR 37 risk is kind of tight. I'm going to hit it right there. Keep risk nice and tight. Place it there. 1 point higher. There. Beautiful. All right, let's see if the bears can take that baby lower. Just a little bet here on the soft bear channel. ATR 37. Risk on that trade, what? Not even 16 points? If I can get a half ATR here, about 18 points, I'd be happy with that as it pulls back into the midpoint of that soft bear channel. Only about halfway there to target. Fade that thing, bears, go! Beautiful, half ATR scalp. Nice scalp, moving on. Question, Nico, what aspect of trading took you the longest to get the hang of? Ooh. I have a two-tiered answer. And the answer is patience as a result of not having a logical strategy that I actually believed made logical sense in my head to produce consistent profit. And therefore, I was impatient because I was frustrated. I was frustrated because I didn't believe in what I was doing as far as it making logical sense, and therefore it led me to be impatient because I was trying to force things. That's what I would say. All right, 2.5 minutes out here on the 5 minute. Should we pop back over to the 2 after a nice little scalp on the 5? See what's going on over here. Now I'm curious to see if the bears stall this out up here and maintain that soft bear channel, or if we end up, because you see, 89, 90, 91, we're really hanging out up here. I'm curious if the bulls are going to try to take this high a day. All right, who's in our first and second place in the chat here? We've got Icon right now and SR. No giveaway yet, but we'll be doing it here in a little while. Whoever is in number 1 and number 2 at that randomly selected time here in a little bit, we'll go head to head in a golden bar for a free Apex any size eval account. Nico, what is the best first eval to choose on Apex? I'm a big fan of the 50Ks. I think the 50Ks are such a tremendous balance. They're not all that difficult to pass them. And you can make lots of money on 50K fundeds. If you just want the easiest to pass, obviously go 25, but, probably go 50K. Big sideways single bar trading range here on the 2 minute, man. Yep, I'm telling you, I think these bulls are trying to take this thing up through the high. You see, forming here, when you have a big soft bear channel like that, really a sideways trading range that turns in to a big soft bear channel, right? And then you get this. Seems a little unnatural, right? Well, I think the bulls want to try for the high a day. Doesn't mean I'm going to take that trade. There is probably no edge or any kind of positive expected value on that trade, at least not for me. But it's worth thinking about because we might get away from this soft bear channel and maybe we can adjust the context here in not too long. many trades am I at? 3? Yeah, 3. 3. So one winner and then kind of a smaller loser that caught us on a trailed stop loss on trade number 2, and then trade number 3 was another winning scalp. So we're up like 3,000 bucks, a little more. Yeah, let's keep it pushing, man. We got work to do. Well, all right, don't you go anywhere. Back in a couple minutes. Just need a refill here. Stay put. What's up? Welcome back. All right, big bar 99 here on the 2-minute chart. We're a minute 50 out. Let's see. Okay, so you look at this here on the 2-minute, you see, well. Do you guys prefer when I'm zoomed in on the 2 or zoomed out? I feel like zoomed out is easier to gauge what the hell's going on, right? So, on the 2-minute at least. I'm a little concerned that this is going to be a thing. Well, this. I don't want that to be a thing. I would love for the bears to curl this baby downside because then I got all this space for a short setup. Should we see what's on the 5? Yeah, not much right now. 48 seconds out, gonna keep an eye on the wick low of 90. Come on, bears. Get down, down. Ah, they're not going to do it. Jeez. I don't think we can do anything here. All right, there's the rollover. Big bar 100. Let's see what you got, 100. Take us lower, give me a nice clean bear close, and I will short that all the way down to 23,000. Damn it, you bulls. You're messing up my fun. Alright. 5-minute chart? Probably not too much, huh? Actually... Well, we got 4 minutes to talk about it, so let's go back to the 2. 4 minutes, man. It might as well be 4 hours. Well, the 2 minute looks better than the 5 right now. I still think these bulls want to, you know, they seem so tempted to try to take out the high a day. At least try being the key word. All right, bulls. About 15, 20 more points. What's up? You want to take it or not? All right, poll. Does NQ take out the high a day? Hit it, man. Let's get a big sample size. I want to see what you guys are thinking. We got a whole bunch of yeses. All right, chat says 76% yes, which means I should probably take a full port short right now, huh? Seems about right. This to me, man, this looks like a big giant sideways range. I gotta tell you, oh my god. Look at the 5-minute chart, are you kidding me? I think a lot of you guys were like, yeah, obviously it's gonna take out the high. I don't know, let's see. Let's see. Wick high of 47 on the 2-minute here is the high of day. Alright, bar 106 here on the 2-minute. Yeah, it'd have to be real clean. I don't know. Gotta get quite a bit lower and then be real clean for me to short it in this range here. It's gotta have room. Good news is a 2-minute, on a 2-minute I should say, this channel's wide enough to do some stuff in there. 5 minutes, still 4 minutes out. Channel as a whole, I mean, if you look at it maybe from here, maybe what, 60, 70 points wide-ish. It's got to be pretty for me to short it. All right, let's do the golden bar. Giveaway time now. Who's number 1 and 2? Who we got? Tubed Out and Icon. You two, are you both here? Tubed Out and Icon, come on down. You're in the Coliseum, baby. Hope you brought your armor. Hope you're ready to go. Hope you're all sauced out, ready to rock. Ooh, Tubed Out has already got long. Okay, before we even know what bar we're doing. Next bar. Tubed Out and Icon, I need you guys to come to an agreement. We're gonna do it here on the 2-minute chart, by the way. We're gonna do the 2-minute chart. I wanna stay on the 2-minute today. We're gonna do, this is bar 107, bar 108 is the golden bar. All right, Icon is bearish, Tubed Out is bullish. Whoever wins on the next bar gets a free any size Apex evaluation account. We're rolling over to begin the golden bar here on the 2-minute NQ chart in 30 seconds. Let's see what we get, man. Icon is red, meaning a bearish bar on the close of bar 108. Tubed Out is betting bullish. Ten seconds. All right, here we go. Big bar 108, let's see. 2 minutes, man. Zoom out a little bit. Oh, baby, let's see if they take out the high. I better load up that code for whoever walks out of that Coliseum, man. Still standing. Minute 20. Man, market doesn't know. It's pretty even here. All right, halfway, man. 60 seconds. Icon, you've got bearish. Tubed out is bullish. And we're sitting as a doji. And by the way, if it closes as a perfect doji, we'll do both, you guys. You'll both win. Because obviously that's pretty improbable. I a day up here, Wikaya 47. 30 seconds! Let's get nice and zoomed in, man. Who's it gonna be? Tubed out, looking good, man. Oh! 10 seconds out! Tubed out, big dog! Tubed out! Big winner, Icon! Thanks for playing, man. Tubed out was the stronger warrior here today. Alright, Tubed out, let's get you delivered. Come on, buddy. Get into Discord. Alright. Tubed out, hey, go into daily discussion, say, what's up? Give me my shit! And I will. Alright. There he is. Alright, Tubed out, I just sent you a friend request. Need you to accept that. Alright, now Tubed out, I am sending you a number. Type that number back to me in the YouTube chat exactly how it appears, so I can verify that it's you and not some scumbag scammer. $2874. Ding, ding, ding. Delivered. Free Apex eval account delivered to Tubed out. Thanks for playing, Icon. Better luck next time, big dog. Put some size on. Come on back. All right. Well, should we take a peek at the 5? Yeah, really teasing that high a day. Man, if you haven't yet, hit like on the live stream. I appreciate you doing so. All right, guys, well, 3 trades here today. 2 winners, 1 smaller trailed stop-loss loser. So we're up a little over 3,000 bucks here so far on the session. I'll tell you guys what. I have got I'm going live for the Tomb for an hour this afternoon. If you're not in the Tomb, man, you want to study up on RAM, go join. And I'll see you guys in there 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 o'clock Central, noon. Out on the West Coast, we'll be live in there for members, going through everything, studying up. All right, guys. Hey, code BIG, man. You want daily payouts? TakeProfitTrader, 40% off, and you won't pay an activation fee when you pass, which is $130 wiped clean if you use the code when you sign up, which is a beauty. And then, of course, at Apex, you'll get the best deal on any account all the time if you use that code BIG, B-I-G, at Apex. What do you guys think? We taking out this high a day, man? I think we are. But the bulls are really taking their time. So, lunchtime for me. See you guys tomorrow morning. Sub to the channel. See you soon. Stay patient, man. Let it come to you.